For the first time, we got a look at the overflow conditions at a Border Patrol facility. These photos taken by Democratic Congressman from Texas, Henry Cuellar.
From your experience and from seeing the images today, would you say that they're overwhelmed?
What we can see is that there is not enough shelter space right now for the children to go into the arrangements that they would typically go into.
Mark Greenberg led Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families under the Obama administration. Now he works with the Migration Policy Institute. Last month, more than 9,400 children were apprehended at the southern border. Because of the surge, emergency intake sites at the Dallas Convention Center opened last week. Greenberg says the goal is to find family members to be sponsors, a process that can take up to 45 days.
Doing a criminal records check, a sex abuse registry check, additional checks to try to minimize the risk that a child is going to be released into an unsafe situation.
Governor Greg Abbott was in North Richland Hills Monday for a business roundtable, but talked about the issues at the border.
Every single day that passes, we learn more failures by the Biden administration.
Governor Abbott says he is concerned about the water conditions at a facility in Midland. He also says he has information that dozens of children have tested positive for COVID at multiple locations in Texas. HHS tells us the undocumented boys between 15 and 17 years old in Dallas are tested for COVID every 3 days, but would not confirm how many have tested positive.
The adults who work in those facilities, they leave and they go stay at hotels in the local region, like in Midland, Texas, or near Carrizo Springs, or in Dallas, Texas. And we need to know if the adults leaving those facilities are going to those hotels and exposing people in those hotels to COVID.
Abbott wants DPS officers to question children about human trafficking. The Biden administration told the governor they are already doing that and won't allow DPS inside. Monday, Senator Ted Cruz sent a letter to President Biden urging him to let the media inside where children are being held. Greenberg agrees. More transparency is needed.
There's broad interest in wanting to understand the circumstances, and I think that in that situation, transparency is really important.
There are still multiple unknowns in Dallas. We don't know how many or if any of the teens here in Dallas have tested positive for COVID, if any of them are in quarantine. A lot of unanswered questions. A slow drip. We'll continue to report what we get, guys.